Oh, can I have a mic? This one works?
It should work too.
Can I hand me that Bhagavatam? Yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. So, without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, so beautiful stories coming up. So, all the kids who want to hear the story need to settle down. Okay. And we have a lot of space in the front. If you think you can sit down on the floor, please come if your body allows. If you're Hare Krishna Prabhu, good to see you. So please, and there is some space on the couch also. So please get comfortable so that you can hear the relish the Hari Katha very properly. Otherwise, it's hard if you're hurting or aching. It's hard to focus on Hari Katha. So this particular portion of Bhagavatam, this is very dear to Ramchandra Prabhu, and he requested me specifically many weeks back. And of course, we could not arrange this program until now, but he requested that we discuss Gajendra Moksha today. So sound volume can please more.
Please.
So it was his special request that we discuss Gajendra Moksha today. And we are on the second last day of Purushottam month. So this is my good fortune that we are getting to discuss this today. So thank you, Prabhuji, for arranging this program. Still within Purushottam Mass, it's finishing tomorrow. And reading Gajendra Moksha, even outside of Purushottam Mass, is like, liberation is guaranteed. And now imagine we are getting to hear it, all the details, all the principles, all the lessons, all will relish this pastime. What is that sound? Oh, okay. I thought my ears were ringing. So, okay, so we are getting to hear this in Purushottam month. It's very, very glorious. So let's get started. We'll say some prayers. And then we'll say some Bhagavatam prayers also. So whoever knows the prayers, please say with me. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Krishna Manupyam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamanyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadkamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Satam Sajivam Sadhaitam Savaduktam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kamatana Nastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishnanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this story of Gajendra Moksha, this appears in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the 8th book or 8th canto, 8th skand. Everybody understands English, right? I'm not speaking in Hindi because it may not be understood by all. So this is 8th canto or 8th book of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the chapters 2nd and 3rd mainly, where the story of Gajendra comes, okay? The 2nd chapter of 8th canto, it's called Elephant Gajendra's Crisis. And the 3rd chapter is called Gajendra's Prayers of Surrender. So if anybody is interested in reading at home within next 2 days, please read these 2 chapters. I'll see if we have time to cover the key verses. We may not have time. So I'm going to focus on the story and the lessons mainly, okay? So let's enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Who knows the magic mantra of entering into Srimad Bhagavatam? What is this Khulja Sim Sim mantra of Srimad Bhagavatam? What grants entry into it? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nārayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya udiriye nashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavad sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nandagopal kumaraya govindaya namo namah. Okay, so let's start with the story a little bit. So the way the story opens, it's the story of an elephant. I really love elephants. Who loves elephants here? There's, such beautiful, majestic creatures, right? So this particular elephant story happens not on this planet, but on a different planet, okay, on a heavenly planet. He lived on this mountain called Trikut. Okay, Trikut means three peaks. So, and this mountain is nothing that you can imagine. We cannot even conceive how this mountain was because such mountains do not exist really in our world at all. Okay. It was three peaks, and each peak was like iron, gold, and silver. Okay. Each peak was of different mineral. And the mountain was full of jewels. It was full of emerald. There was ocean of milk around the mountain. And when that ocean of milk would wash on the foothills of the mountain, it would leave not sand, like how our beaches are sandy beaches. The beaches at the foothill of this mountain were full of emeralds, okay, like the green jewels, crystals. And on the mountain, there was so much beauty. There was so much splendor, like the trees, the foliage, the plants, the birds, the animals, the waterfalls, the various river bodies. I mean, this is unimaginable, what is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. The valleys of the mountains, they were full of crystals and jewels and pearls and minerals, and water bodies were full of different types of fluids, not just water. So this kind of mountain is where this particular elephant lived with his family. Okay. And elephants, even of this world, of our planet, are very strong, right? They're very majestic, they're very big, and you can see the power, you can see the strength when they roar, or when there is the sound is very tumultuous, like the sound is very ferocious. But this elephant was even 1,000 times more majestic than any elephant of this world. Okay, he was actually not just any elephant of even that planet. He was the king of all elephants. So that is why he was called Gajendra. Indra means king, Gaj means elephants. So he was the leader or the king of all elephants. And so he's the hero of this story. So you can imagine when he walked, all the animals would scatter away, right? He was always like exuding power and strength from him. So all the females were attracted to him. He had like thousands of wives. He had numerous family members. He had thousands of family members, thousands of children, thousands of wives that would go with him everywhere. They relied on him for guidance and for his leadership, and he would take them and feed them, and everybody, even the lions, would run away from him. Tigers, leopards, all these various otherwise very ferocious animals would run away from Gajendra. So this is the kind of elephant whose story this is. Okay, he was very it is described in Bhagavatam that he was very intoxicated. Intoxicated meaning he was intoxicated on whatever liquor of that planet, like whatever is the intoxication for animals, whatever is the liquor for animals. Like he would drink the sap of the trees. He would drink even the water of the water bodies or the ponds was intoxicating. The the lotus flowers, the water lilies in these ponds were such that their dust used to cause intoxication in whoever drank it. Okay, so he was always intoxicated. And in this way, he was one day walking and taking all his thousands of family members, many wives and children with him towards a pond, towards a lake. Okay, so everything is described. Please read all the details of the Trikut mountain, and the garden where they lived is called Ritumat Garden, and then the lake is described. Okay, beautiful swans. I mean, try to imagine the scene. When you hear this tale, please try to imagine it, because in the very end of this whole tale, all these prayers, the Shruti Fal is given. Shruti Fal means What is the benefit of hearing this tale with attention and attention to details? Okay, please hear this with attention because it is described. Maybe I could read this if I can find that. But it is described that you will get liberated. You will have no further bad dreams. Okay, Lord's appearance is granted to you. Okay, all fears will be gone from your life, just like they were gone from the life of Gajendra. And you have to hear, it is described that you should try to imagine. Bhagwan says, when Bhagwan appears to Gajendra, he tells Gajendra that whoever hears this tale and imagines the lake, imagines the creeper, the plants, the shrubs, the foliage surrounding the lake. Imagine that the lake is populated by all these beautiful swans, and the swans are so effulgent, like there is this light emanating from each and every animal. They're not just ordinary animals of this planet, of this world. They're very beautiful, very highly acutely aware type of, conscious type of animals, not just dull type of animals of our world. These type of animals are there. And Gajendra with his whole family walks towards this lake to drink, to quench his thirst. Okay, he was very hungry, so he decided to take a dip into the water. So he went into the lake. Okay, and this is the king, this is the Gajendra with his wives. I do not have too much on the slides, so when we have some lessons I may have something, but mostly I just have some pictures. So he was roaming about. This is all his family members roaming with him. And then he entered into the lake. His plan was that he would drink a lot of water, and then with his trunk, because he was the biggest of them all, he's going to give them water. He's going to throw the water to them. They will drink and then they will play. They will have a sporting pastime. This is so long. The Shruti fal is so long. Like look at how long the Shruti. But Krishna says, but Lord says to Gajendra, he gives him a lot of boons. Whoever hears this tale, what happens to that person? So that's why I want you to really focus, because we are hearing this in the month of Purushottam, so we are getting a lot of benefits as it is. Okay. So he quenched his thirst. He drank a lot of water, and then they started enjoying. So you can imagine his situation right now. His situation is somewhat like ours. He's very comfortable in his life. He has family members around him, helping him. He's guiding them. He's their leader. He's famous. He's very respected by all, right? He has a lot of strength, a lot of power. Whatever resources an animal is supposed to have, he has everything at his disposal. He's not in want of anything. This is his life. Somewhat like ours, we may have small needs, but for most part, our lives are very comfortable, very easygoing, right? Thankfully, we are in, peace time. So we are living a very cultured, civilized life in US. We have a lot of comforts, a lot of material comforts available to us. So this is how his life was. And so he was enjoying it to the fullest, just like we are enjoying, right? No cares for spirituality, no cares for Bhagwan, no cares for any deep thinking or introspection or contemplation on anything deeper than what is in the now, what is right now around me, right? Just sense gratification, just enjoyment. So that intoxication that he had was not just intoxication of body, but somebody like us can say, we are not intoxicated. We don't drink alcohol. We don't do any drugs. We don't smoke, right? But we are also intoxicated. We are intoxicated by the comforts, by the easiness of our life, by the familiarity. We have friends, we have family members, we have created a society, a community, our house is big, we have electricity, we have water supply, no problems, right? No water cuts, no like power cuts, nothing. Pretty good, right? We have a car, we have a work, we have a job, we get some set money every month so we are pretty comfortable. So we are intoxicated by these comforts that we have. So we don't need anything deeper than that. We don't need to contemplate on any deep matters, any spirituality. We don't need to read Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, because this is for sannyasis and for older people, isn't it? This knowledge, this is for people that are 70 plus. I don't know what the criteria is, 60 plus, 65, 70, 75, or on the deathbed, right? You open Bhagavad Gita is mostly for display at deathbed. And then the Ram Nam Satya, then the Ram Nam is Satya. So, but actually it was Satya the whole life. So this is our condition. We think it is for old age. But Bhagavad Gita was not spoken to Arjun in old age. Was Arjun old? Was Arjun a sannyasi? Was Arjuna grahastha? Was Arjun highly engaged professional with a lot of responsibilities, right? Is Gajendra a king? He has a lot of responsibilities, lot of family members to feed, right? This is for him. But he has forgotten it just like we have forgotten. He forgot his relationship with the Lord. And here is the kicker. Here is the thing. He used to be a great devotee. So Bhagavatam in the next chapter then describes, so there are three chapters, second, third, and fourth. Fourth chapter describes the fast life of Gajendra. Okay, because Parikshit, remember Bhagavatam is a conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami. When Bhagwan appeared to Gajendra, Parikshit Maharaj was very curious. Bhagwan will not just appear to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Why did Bhagwan appear to Gajendra? What is so special about Gajendra? How was he able to offer? I'm running ahead of myself, so please keep all this information in mind. So Shukdev Goswami tells Parikshit that actually Gajendra was not an ordinary person. He was not just an elephant. In his past life, he was a great Vaishnava. He was somebody called Indradyumna. He was a Gandharv. He was a great devotee of the Lord. He spent his life in devotional service. But once by some mistake happened, okay, and he got cursed by Agastya Rishi. Yes, by Agastya Muni. So Agastya Rishi cursed him to become a dull animal. He said, "You're I won't go into the details of why the curse happened, but basically Agastya Rishi was visiting Indradyumna. Indradyumna was engaged in devotional service, in meditation on the Lord, and he did not receive Agastya very properly. He did not even recognize his presence. Forget about receiving. He did not even recognize his presence. And so when a sage or somebody comes to your home, you should have some reciprocation, offer them some sweet words. If we can't offer some food or anything, but at least you can offer a seat and some sweet words and obeisances or some prayers or something to recognize them, right? Some water and some food or something. He did not do any of those things. And in those ages, these type of Vedic customs, they were very important, especially when a great sage comes. So Agastya Rishi actually cursed him that you are behaving like a jad or like a dull, ordinary person. So you do not deserve to be in a human body. Actually, he was not a human. He was a Gandharva. You do not deserve to be in this celestial body. You should become an animal. Okay. And if you understand from Bhagavad Gita and from our some basic principles are that animals have a very dull consciousness. Okay, the ignorance, the covering of ignorance on them is very thick. Okay, so for example, let's say Purushottam Mass is going on. We have kept some vows, right? We are following some vrata, or let's say today is Ekadashi. We are following some fasting. So animals do not have that awareness. You cannot tell like a monkey, today's Ekadashi, don't eat this, right? He's going to eat whatever, or you can't tell a cat, don't eat a rat today, today's Ekadashi. So they can't follow, right? They have very thick covering of ignorance on their consciousness, so they cannot be reminded of their relationship with the Supreme Lord. So that's why Agastya cursed him that you will become ignorant and dull and you will forget your relationship with the Lord. You will go into an elephant body. So this is how Gajendra came to have an elephant body. So coming back to the situation, he's enjoying just like we are enjoying. We also have a very thick covering of ignorance. We are human body, but we behave a lot like in animalistic consciousness, where no matter how much somebody reminds us of our relationship with the Lord, we don't want to remember. No matter how much somebody tells us today is Ekadashi, we also behave like that cat that still wants to eat the rat, right? So we also have very limited awareness, and we are cultivating this enjoyment. We are cultivating sense gratification and keeping our consciousness on a very dull level. This is how he was. And then suddenly a problem came. Okay. And this was not just some difficulty. This was a big problem. Okay? He did not think it was a big problem in the beginning. He was sporting with his family, throwing water on them. They are throwing water on him. Everybody's laughing, having fun, very carefree, very relaxed, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness around. Suddenly, a big crocodile in the water grabbed his foot. Okay. And initially, Gajendra thought, I'm very strong. I can just throw him off. So many times he tried to just kick his foot and try to throw away the crocodile. But crocodile is a water animal and Gajendra is a land animal. So he could not overcome the crocodile. Crocodile was much more stronger than him in the water than Gajendra was. He latched onto his foot very tightly. Okay, so Gajendra soon realized that this is not just a small difficulty, this is actually a great problem. So he asked help from his family members, and they tried. They tried really hard. There were thousands of elephants around him, very strong. They tried to pull him, they tried to do different things, different tricks. Nobody could help him. The crocodile would not let go. Okay. So this is the difficulty that came upon him. Now here our teachers gave us the understanding that this crocodile, the jaw of the crocodile is compared to serpent of time. Okay. We do not understand, but we are under the influence of time on a daily basis, right? Is anybody getting younger here? Is anybody getting farther away from death or closer to death? Closer to death. With every sunset and sunrise, are we getting closer to death or no? Right? So death is what? Call or time. So time is slowly devouring us, slowly taking away everything from us. The bodies, is anybody getting more beautiful, or is our body declining, degrading, getting disease, getting old, aches and pains, problems, right? Right? All these things are happening. Everything is degrading under the influence of time. So serpent of time, or time as described in Bhagavad Gita, is that time takes away everything. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Mrityu or call, time factor is described. Please refer to Bhagavad Gita. It is described that time will slowly destroy everything, will slowly take away everything. Okay. So time will take away family members. Right now we were singing that song, right? Idhana yobana putra parijana ite kiyache parati tire. You cannot rely on anything. You cannot rely on dhan. You cannot rely on youth. Idhan, yoban, putra. You cannot rely on your sons or daughters or on your family members. Parijan means family members or friends. You cannot rely on anything, okay? Because they will slowly go away. So these people tried, family members, they tried, but the influence of time is such that they gave up hope that, okay, this is beyond hope, we cannot help him. And they did not want to get hurt themselves. So slowly people started leaving, and eventually they all left, okay? Eventually they all left and he was by himself, okay? And this happened over thousands of years. Is the voice still, can you still hear, right? So the battle between Gajendra and crocodile went on for thousands of years. Okay. Now this may be inconceivable to us, but please understand that time works differently in different planets. So in that particular planet, this fight went on for thousands of years, and Gajendra was not able to get rid of this crocodile. Okay. So he was firmly clasped in the jaw of the crocodile. Okay. And we have to understand that our situation is such that we are firmly in the mouth of the serpent of time, or in the mouth of the time, which is like the jaws of crocodile. Okay. And we have to try to get out of these jaws as soon as possible. Okay. He was stuck there. So this is the nature of this world. Okay. Can anybody tell me the significance of the upside down tree? Purushottam Mass is going on. Some of you have been singing this verse on a daily basis. ऊर्ध्वमूलं बधाशाकम् अश्वत्थां प्रभुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्. Krishna says this material world is inverted image of the spiritual world. Everything is opposite here. Okay. So the nature of this world is, spiritual world is joyful. The material world is full of dukkhas, full of problems, full of difficulties. Okay. There is no influence of time in spiritual world. In material world, there is time. Okay. Time will limit you. Time will cause problems for you. So everything is inverted image. Hare Krishna, can we have kids settle down? Lord will be coming soon, so he's going to take attendance of who's hearing. Okay. Now, this is something I really want you to understand. Okay. If you understand this point, many things will become solved for you in life. Okay. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that in this world, there is a lot of struggle. Okay. In material world, there is a lot of struggle. In spiritual world, everything is easy, joyful, no problems. Here, there is a lot of struggle for existence going on. So please look at this slide. Okay, let's not look at it. Let me ask you, what is the opposite of easy? Difficult. This is the problem. Opposite of easy is not difficult. I'll tell you what opposite of easy is. Opposite of easy is a great difficulty, a great calamity. Opposite of easy is not difficulty. Difficulty is the norm in this world. Difficulty is our regular state. Difficulty is our normal state. Okay? What has happened is in animals there is a lot of struggle for existence, right? They're struggling for even basic food and basic amenities. Like when I was preparing this class yesterday, I was sitting outside and there were so many mosquitoes constantly biting, and I'm thinking this mosquito is, for him it's just food, he's just eating me for food. But then suddenly I come and slap him away and he runs away. So his food is suddenly gone. Nobody slaps me away to take my food. So my life is very easy, right? But animal life is very hard. And if you're nice, you will just blow him away. If you're not nice, you're just gonna kill him, right? So their life is so hard. They're always struggling. So there is struggle for existence. Now, what humans have done is they have made their life very easy. That's what we were talking about. This is what a civilized human life is, right? Right? That we're trying to live a very easy life. So whenever things become difficult, we are suddenly struggling a lot. But actually, we need to understand that difficulty is the norm. Okay, there will be my foot was bitten with like 7 mosquitoes. I'm like, these mosquito bites or ant bites, this is like the normal difficulties of this world. This is nothing like the jaws of the crocodile. Poor Gajendra was stuck in the jaw of crocodile for thousands of years, and I'm complaining about this mosquito bite. So imagine the bite of that crocodile. That is a calamity, right? So we have to start living comfortably in a difficult situation. We have to accept the routine struggles, the normal struggles of life as the normal difficulty of life, as the normal nature of this material world. As soon as you accept that, a lot of problems will go away. Okay. When you think that the opposite of easy is difficult, that's a problem. So we have to change our mindset. We have to understand that the opposite of easy is actually a great reversal, a great negativity, like a loss of family member, loss of, let's say, health, cancer. That is a calamity. Okay. But the daily struggles of human life, that is the struggle for existence we have as part of our material existence, as part of having accepted a body. Okay. Your fault. You accepted a body. You have to suffer in this material world, and that suffering is just the regular difficulties. So remember this formula. That calamity is where the real problem is. Okay. So initially Gajendra thought it was just a little difficulty and he can ward it off. Eventually he realized, I have no help. I'm completely anath. I'm completely helpless. I have nobody to help me, nobody to save me, and I'm stuck in the jaws of this crocodile. Okay, my strength is failing me. It is described in Bhagavatam that over 1,000 years, crocodile's strength kept increasing because he was feeding off Gajendra, and Gajendra's strength kept ebbing off. Okay, ebbing away. So, so this is a principle that I really like. We should try to accept this in our life. So in order to stay in that difficult zone comfortably, when your life is very easy, right now your life is very easy, very comfortable, you have a lot of opulences, practice some discomfort, accept some discomforts on a regular basis. Add discomforts, okay? For example, fasting may be a discomfort, okay? Or a little austerity. Accept a little austerity on the body, on the, different aspects of your existence, whether it's some people, practice sleeping on the floor, some people like this. So accept some difficulties, some detachment from the body, some detachment from the comforts and easiness of this material world, so that difficulty becomes your norm. Okay. And when the calamity comes, it will be easy to deal with it. Okay. Otherwise, in calamity, we are completely gone. We are completely, depressed and discouraged and disappointed and start blaming Lord and whatnot, because even difficulty is hard for us to accept, forget calamity. So, and this is one principle, that practice detachment and discomfort. Okay. Anyway, so this fight went on for thousands of years. No one could help him. He was completely akinchan. This state is called akinchan, when you have nobody, no savior at all. Can somebody think of some other great people in Srimad Bhagavatam that were rendered completely helpless or completely a kinchan and had no savior? Uttara, yes. When Ashwathama fired Brahmastra at Uttara's womb, she was completely helpless, completely a kinchan. Yes. Mother Draupadi, yes, she asked help from so many people. She asked help from all her husbands, from the grandfathers, from the teachers, from Dhritarashtra, from so many people. Nobody could help her. So she was completely a kinchan. Who else? Completely helpless, has no savior, completely anath, no nath. Yeah. Mother Kunti had that kind of feeling also. She did have 5 sons to help her. Some other situations. We just celebrated Narsingh Chaturdashi. Was Prahlad completely helpless or not? Completely a kinchan, has no savior, nobody to help him. Gajendra, so many, right? So then what happened? So he had nothing. He had nobody, no resources, nothing to save him. And when this happens, this is a great reversal, he realized. Okay, I'm sorry. Going back to the last point, no one could help him. No one could help him. This is very important to understand. Okay, when calamity or problem comes, when a great reversal comes, is it possible that people want to help you? If they have intention to help you, your family members, did his family members want to help him? Yes. They had intention to help him, right? Did they have the ability to help him? Not really. To some extent, but not really, right? They couldn't really help him. So it's possible somebody may have intention to help you, but may not have the ability to help you, right? It may be the police, it may be the government, it may be the doctors, it may be the lawyers, it may be the authorities, it may be your family members. So you may think I have a lot of safety because I have created this circle of friends and family and have so much money. I can pay off the lawyers, I can get the best insurance and best doctors and whatnot. And maybe they have the intention, maybe they even have the ability, but sometimes they may not even know that you need help, awareness, right? Sometimes they may not even have the awareness. It's very rare that somebody will have all the three when great calamity comes, okay? So that's where what happened was, Gajendra realized that these people want to help me. They have the compassion in their heart. They have the mercy in their heart, but they don't have the capacity. So somebody has compassion, but no capacity. Somebody has the intention, but no ability to help me. So in that situation, he was put in such a situation that suddenly the remembrance of his previous life came. So he suddenly remembered a verse because he had learned a lot of prayers he used to offer on a daily basis. He remembered one verse from previous life. He remembered just one verse from previous life, which he decided to offer. He did not know to whom to offer. He just knew there is somebody who can help me. It's not any of these people, they're gone. But there is somebody. He had this remembrance. Suddenly that remembrance came to him. So he did not, like us, he did not say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He did not say that. You know what he said? He said, Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai. Tasmai means to you, to whomsoever it may concern. So whoever you are, because he did not know the identity of the supreme person, unlike us. So he said, to whom it may concern, to that person, to that supreme authority, to that ultimate absolute truth, I pray, I offer. So then he offered lot of prayers, beautiful prayers. Please read them. There are devotees who memorize. There are just 28 verses. People memorize these and people recite them daily or read them daily. It's beautiful, these prayers. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of prayers, Queen Kunti's prayers, Bhishma's prayers, Prahlad Maharaja's prayers, and Gajendra's prayers, and Dhruv Maharaja's prayers, so many. Dhruv Maharaj was also a kinchan, was also helpless completely, right? So he had this remembrance and he decided to offer some prayers. Okay, he offered a lot of prayers. Sorry. Yeah, that's when Bhagwan came. So I'm just going through the story very quickly. So this is the benefit of being, pushed into a corner. Sometimes when you're pushed into a corner, when a critical time, when a calamity comes, right? Suddenly the remembrance of the past life comes. Now, I was asking this to Nagarjun Prabhu a couple days back. So you all are memorizing verses, right? So, so please understand the value of next life. Okay, please understand. We don't want to go into next life. First of all, I hope that's clear to everyone. We want to go back to Godhead in this life only. So that's the plan. Whose plan is that? Who wants to go back to Godhead in this life? Who wants to come back to next life? Okay, nobody wants to come back to this dangerous world, right? World is a very dangerous place. It's very uncomfortable. It's the mouth of a serpent or jaw of a crocodile. So it's a very dangerous place. Prabhupada used to say that this world is not meant for gentlemen and gentle ladies. So if you're a gentleman or gentle ladies, we don't want to come back here. So, but anyways, still, Arjun asked in Bhagavad Gita, but Krishna, what happens if somebody did devotional service and yet they could not complete it in this life, right? Maybe you were not sincere enough or serious enough, or you took it up late, or you were like, half here, half there, like not completely convinced or completely motivated. So you left it in the middle. You left your journey in the middle. What will happen to such a person? Will he be blown away? Will he just go away like a riven cloud? This is the words of Arjun. That will he be forgotten like a cloud, just blown away in the sky? So Krishna said, no, do not fear. That does not happen. If somebody did not complete their spiritual journey, they will take up their spiritual journey from where they left off. So in the next life, they will start again from where they left off. Okay. Now, typically, that's not possible in animalistic life, okay, in animal life. But remember, this is a story in Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is setting a very wonderful example. So to Gajendra, this feeling of bhakti, this feeling of devotional service that I have in my life, I have some awareness, some understanding of some supreme person that I've surrendered to, that I have submitted to in my previous lives, and I'm going to approach that person again. So I was asking Nagarjuna Prabhu a couple of days back, what do you think when we memorize these verses? Do we remember the exact verse in the next life when the difficulty comes? Or would we, when the time comes, would we offer the exact same verse? Or what is the understanding here? What happens? Can somebody tell me? Like he offered one exact verse, but then rest of the prayers he offered himself, right? So what is carried on to the next life, your spirituality wise? What is carried on, like devotional service wise? Is it like will you have this exact remembrance that on June 13, 2026, I was sitting in a kirtan hearing Hari Katha of Gajendra? So it's not the exact remembrance. What will carry is this general disposition, this attraction, this faint attraction for the Lord, this attraction for the Harinam, for the kirtan, so that when you are exposed to these things in the next life, you will suddenly become very deeply inspired, very attracted, very enchanted by this. Like, oh, this reminds me of something. I want to do this. I want to participate in this. So you may see kids that take up this, like little Kabir here. He's singing the kirtan with such gusto. I mean, okay, I did not even know the Hare Krishna at that age. I mean, I did not know anything. So such little kids, when they take up, that tells you that in their previous life, they have done some kind of devotional service or spirituality, that when they come to this life, they're suddenly very inspired, very attracted. They do not need much convincing, right? We need so much convincing. We have to give so many classes and so much. Prabhupada used to say, you have to wash the brains of these people. Somebody told him that you're brainwashing the people. He said, yes, we are washing their brains. The brain is full of all the trash from this world, all the misinformation and misperceptions of this world. Yes, we are washing their brains. So their brains need not be washed. They already seem pretty inclined towards taking up this path, right? So this general disposition, this attraction towards Harinam, towards Kirtan, towards Katha, towards engaging in devotional service will happen. It's not like the exact verse that will come to you. But if Krishna allows, the exact verse may also come. So to him, exact verse came and he offered that. And then he was inspired. So it is said that even to offer prayers to the Lord, even to chant the name of Lord, you need the Lord's permission. You need his permission. So by his permission, you're able to chant, you're able to speak, you're able to sing, you're able to offer prayer. So it's not like he was so intelligent that he could suddenly, come up with all these, such intellectual prayers are offered. So how did he come up with that? That is given by Krishna from within, right? When Dhruva was getting ready to offer prayers, what did Krishna do? He touched the conch shell to the forehead of Dhruva. He said, I don't know what to tell you. He said, okay, here. So he offered a conch shell to his forehead. Now you can offer prayer. So Dhruva was suddenly able to offer so much prayer. So even the prayers are offered by the mercy of the Lord. So he offered beautiful prayers, and Krishna, who is our supreme protector, came. Now, the next question, okay? What are some qualities of Krishna that ordinary people do not have that makes him the supreme protector? So some you understood. We said some people may have intention. Krishna has intention or compassion. Yes. Krishna has ability far beyond anybody else's ability to protect us. Yes. Krishna has awareness that we're in problem, right? Yes. So he has intention, ability, awareness, no doubt. But what are some other qualities that Krishna has which makes him the supreme protector? And there are three more that I'll tell you that are very famously quoted. Okay, let's show you these three qualities. So first of all, he is our best friend. Okay. So of course, anybody can have intention, but Krishna knows when to help us, when not to help us. Okay. He's our best friend. He's our best well-wisher. So he will not fail you. Okay. Even if you think Krishna is failing you, he's not helping me, he's still helping you. Okay. He may not just be helping you in the way that you want. He's still helping you. Complete knower. Complete knower means he has the knowledge of past, present, and future, which nobody else has. Nobody knows what you deserve in the present moment to make your future better. Nobody knows what you need right now for your purification. Maybe you need to go through some difficulties, through some calamities to purify your future, to create a better version of future for you, right? So you may think I'm in difficulty and this is how I need my difficulties fixed for me, but maybe that's not the right plan for you. That's your plan because you have a short-term vision. So you're very focused on what I need right now, but maybe that's not what you need. So Krishna, being complete knower, knows what to give you, not what you demand from him, but what you deserve and what you need to create a better future for you. Yeah, in the long run, right? In your, because is he concerned with you? Yes. And who are you, the jiva or the body? Jiva. So often we ask protection for our body. Is that right? Often we ask protection for our body. Is he concerned with your body? Somewhat, but he's mainly concerned with you. So if there is some difficulty on the body that you need to go through, he may just let you go through it, right? You may need to do that. But if there is some difficulty that he thinks is just too overwhelming for the jiva living within the body, it is hampering, it is hindering his spiritual growth in the long run, he will take away that difficulty. So you can ask for whatever you want, but Krishna will give you what you need, what you deserve, what you should get. As a father will give you what you get, not what you should get, right? Like one of Prabhupada's incidents comes. Prabhupada was sitting with his child, and there was a fan running, okay? And the little child would keep putting his finger in the fan, okay? Now, if we allow him to put the finger, will his finger get chopped off or no? Will get chopped off. So what Prabhupada did was he turned the fan to very low, very low, like number one. And then he put the finger. And then that didn't do anything, but that still hurt him. That still hit him, right? It still hurt him. So kid suddenly realized, oh, this is not safe. So he gave him a little bit of pain to make him realize that if he put the finger in now number 5 fan, this is just going to chop it off. So kid will never dare to do this again. So sometimes Krishna may let you go through some pain so that you get the lesson. So sometimes you need some lessons. The third thing is he does not make any mistakes. He is absolute, right? So your family member, your friends that you're relying on, your doctors, your lawyers, your cops, or anyone can make mistakes, right? But remember that if Krishna protected you, that was not a mistake. If Krishna did not protect you, it is his arrangement, his plan. For some reason, he did not protect you in the way that you wanted. He does not make any mistakes. So in him being absolute, the ultimate truth, there cannot be a mistake. Okay, so he's not error prone. He's not erroneous. To err is human, but not divine. He's divine, so he does not err. So these are some of the qualities. So anyway, so our Gajendra had this remembrance and he offered to the Lord. And when the Lord came, we talked about the previous life of Gajendra. He was in Pradyumna then. When he saw Lord coming on his beautiful vision of Lord is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, how he came on his Garuda, and he was so beautiful, the cost of money, the four-handed form, and the mukut on his head, and everything, the effulgence coming from him. And he was coming flying. And Gajendra did not have anything else to offer. He offered prayers, but he did not have anything else to offer. So there were beautiful lotuses in that pond, in that lake. So he took a lotus and offered that. So you can see that he offered that lotus to the Lord. And of course, Lord accepted that offering. And what did Lord do? He took his Sudarshan Chakra and he severed the head off the mouth of crocodile, which was grabbing Gajendra. So in this way, Krishna protected Gajendra in the way that Gajendra wanted. Is that right? But that's not necessary. Right? This is an example of where Krishna protected Gajendra in the way Gajendra wanted. But what does Krishna's protection look like? It may not look like exactly how you want it to look like. So that's the point I was trying to drive home. For example, we discussed Uttara's prayers many months back. If you remember, who's Uttara's husband? Abhimanyu. Did Krishna protect Abhimanyu? He did not protect Abhimanyu. Did he protect Parikshit? He entered into the womb. I mean, he was there on the battlefield. He could have protected Abhimanyu. So Uttara can blame Krishna for not, for not protecting Abhimanyu. You were there on the battlefield. You are the ultimate absolute truth. You have complete awareness of what is going on. Yet you let the chariot of Arjun be somewhere else and not protected Abhimanyu at all. Why did you let that calamity come upon us? Uttara could have asked. Uttara did not ask that. And when again another calamity came, when her unborn child in the womb was in danger, what did she do? There were all these demigods, there were all these other people. She did not even look at her grandfathers, the Pandavas were there. She did not even look at them, right? She did not even ask for their help. She just ran straight to Krishna and surrendered to him. How could she be sure? Shouldn't Krishna have lost her faith, her trust? He did not protect Abhimanyu. He had this background of not protecting her family members. So why would he protect Parikshit now? But still she went to him. No other shelter. There is no other Lord other than you. This is the mood of a devotee, of a pure devotee, that I have no other shelter, no other resource, no other source, no other upaya other than you. So Krishna's protection will be in your favor. Right? Krishna is a loving father. He will give you what you need. So if you need to be protected, he will protect you in the way that you want. So in that situation, he even entered the womb of Uttara and did all these extra things to protect Parikshit. So Krishna's protection may come in the form of protecting our body. It may come in the form of protecting our mind. Like there are so many stories that are coming to me about all these devotees. You should hear the end of life of devotees. Please, there are books. You can read the books about how devotees leave their body. And you can see in many cases, Krishna protected their body. In many cases, Krishna did not protect their body, but protected their mind so that they could always chant and they could always hear. So in many cases, he protected their services. Okay. In many cases, their body is completely gone, but their services, their intellect is so well preserved that they are able to serve through that. So you will see Krishna's protection. Krishna sets example in many different ways, and he does things differently for different jiva based on what he needs. So we should not get into this tendency of complaining, because we should have full trust, full faith that when reversals come, only Krishna is the ultimate savior. So now this is the story. Okay, how much time we have? Maybe 10 more minutes. And I have some slides. So what is the attitude of a devotee when problem comes, when difficulty comes? Okay, so compare with what most ordinary people do. Okay, they try to analyze karma, why it happened, right? Let me purify my karma. What can I do? They start doing some upayas, mystical reliefs. Like, let me approach a Devi Devta, let me approach some astrology or some various other Vedic upayas that I can do to get rid of this particular bad karma, which has assailed me. So don't analyze karma. Devotees will not analyze karma. They will leave themselves to the shelter of Krishna. Okay, he is the father. Remember that nobody else is the father. Demigods are not the father. And okay, can somebody tell me, if let's say a demigod or let's say some astrological upaya got you through this particular tough time, do you think we are through this, we never have to face this again, or what happens? Isn't it done? Isn't it nullified? What happens? It's postponed. Now you have to face it later. So what's the point? You had the opportunity to face this difficulty, this reversal now. You had the opportunity to grab the jaw of the crocodile, look it in the face, offer the prayers to Bhagwan, offer the lotus to Bhagwan. Why do you want to delay it? Let's go through it. let's offer the prayers, let's submit to Krishna, let's surrender, right? Take that opportunity to apply Bhagavad Gita as hard in your life as possible. That's why we are training ourselves. We are training ourselves to apply Bhagavad Gita when the time comes, right? Bhagavad Gita is what will save you when the time comes, right? Srimad Bhagavatam will save you. So don't complain, don't criticize the Lord. Again, these are, I understand, maybe lofty principles, but at least we should know the principles. Do not analyze karma. Karmano gahana gati. Karma are very difficult to understand. Don't try to unravel them. They're knotted together with other people's. There are many knots and things. Don't try to unravel them. You will not succeed, because we have karmas of past millions of births, millions of lifetimes. We will not be able to understand. Don't try to unravel the mystery of karmas. Okay, just submit to Krishna. So don't approach any mystical upayas and things like that. Not needed. What practical things devotees do? They focus on what is in their control. Okay, so let's say, so we are very used to operating in the easy zone, right? And then we are put in difficulty or calamity or reversal sometimes. So in this difficulty or calamity, focus on what is in our control. What can I do, right? What could Gajendra do? He tried, he struggled. What did Mother Draupadi do? She struggled against Dushasan for some time, right? What did Dhruva do? He approached his mother for guidance. So what practical things can you do? So you do need, I'm not saying that you don't need your doctors, you don't need your lawyers, you don't need your insurance company. You do need them, right? You do use them, all the resources that Krishna has arranged for you, use those. Just don't use mystical upayas. Don't use demigods, don't do astrological thing. Use the resources given to you around you by Krishna to the extent that your intelligence allows, that the guidance of seniors and other devotees allows. Okay, to that extent, do your due diligence responsibly and use those upayas, those helpful measures. And always remember, it's not a mistake. Whatever Krishna is giving you, this is for your purification. There is some lesson, there is some opportunity for improvement and growth in here. So instead of blaming it, thinking that it is a problem, use it as an opportunity of improvement and growth, right? And remember, you deserved it, you needed it. So just accept and do your part. So if the first principle is to accept the problem and then take some measures, do your part. Okay. Okay, Krishna's arrangement. This is just some slide to understand that we have to have faith in Krishna's plans. Remember, it's for our pure. So one thing that devotees think is that it's for our purification, right? Something in our mind, in our intelligence needs to be purified. Maybe it's my pride, maybe it's my anger, maybe it's my lust, maybe it's my greed, maybe I have some tendency to offend, maybe whatever problems I have, right? Something I need to purify. So introspect and think, what does Krishna want me to purify through this particular difficulty? So the difficulty is there for a reason. It's not a mistake. So that we have been put into that situation by Krishna's arrangement. What is the purification I need to do? What problem do I need to get rid of that is not pleasing to Krishna? Something is not pleasing to Krishna. What is that? Find it. So
it is also clear that it's actually improved or diminished. Right?
Yes. So very important point. So devotees do not blame Krishna. They actually say that it is because of Krishna's arrangement that this problem became diminished. I was supposed to get much more than what I got. I actually got a very less reaction. My negative reaction was supposed to be much bigger than what I got. Maybe I was supposed to fall from the top of a building, but now I just stumbled off a few stairs and just twisted my ankle when I was supposed to break my whole body. So Krishna diminished the negative reaction that I was supposed to get. So they're actually not only not blaming or criticizing the Lord, they're actually grateful that you diminished my reaction and canceled some of my negative reactions already. Okay, look for lesson. I think this is a very practical point. The lessons can be learned in struggles and difficulties, failures. Failure is a better teacher, it is said, right? Failure is a better teacher than success. So learn the lesson that the failure or difficulty or reversal is trying to teach you. Okay. And this is most important for the students of Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given us many, many values, right? In chapter 12, chapter 13, chapter 16, many times Krishna says, these things are pleasing to me. These qualities are pleasing to me. So when a difficulty comes, that is an opportunity to practice values. And difficulty is the norm, right? Which means we can practice these values on a daily basis, right? So practice your humility, take a day. When the day starts, okay, today I'm going to be humble like anything. I'm going to be most disciplined, right? I'm going to basically think of those values that are very dear to Krishna and just apply those values. Look for opportunities on a daily basis to apply Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not like some armchair philosophy, right? It is very much active and alive in our daily life. And there will be once you start looking, there will be so many opportunities to apply Bhagavad Gita. Every few minutes, you will see that you have to now use Bhagavad Gita. The problem that happens is we get covered by ignorance, our ego comes up, and we forget all the lessons of Bhagavad Gita. But just try to keep Bhagavad Gita foremost so that you can apply it as much as possible on a daily basis at your work, with your family members, with your kids, with everything, right? Or by yourself. So take it as an opportunity. And then cultivate humility. Humility is the biggest thing. So these reversals or these difficulties are basically Prabhupada used to say, it is an embarrassment for the jiva. It is an embarrassment for the jiva to be, first of all, in this material world, right? And then to go through these difficulties, it's very embarrassing. It's very humiliating, right? Humiliation means you should cultivate humility. Okay, so we are being humiliated on a daily basis or through these reversals, through these difficulties. Very, very dangerous, very, very embarrassing position for the jiva. So use that humiliation of this world, caused by this world, to cultivate some humility. So cultivate humility is the biggest. And then, of course, other things like patience, determination, perseverance. This I think you understand. Okay, and then as very early on in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna already said that all the devotees, basic principle is to tolerate. Remember that this too shall pass. It's like seasons. Understand the nature of this world. In this world, there are happiness and distress. It's the world of dualities. It's the wow, very bold. Wonderful. There is a world of dualities, right? Dvandva means there will be victory and then defeat. There will be happiness and distress. There will be success and failure. There will be riches and poverty. So this will always keep fluctuating like this in waves and waves and troughs like this. So just tolerate. You have to tolerate both. As devotees, knowing that we are not supposed to be in this world in the first place, the best thing is to tolerate both happiness and distress. So you tolerate both, and especially the distress, the difficulty. This is Queen Kunti's prayers, where Queen Kunti said that, give me more difficulty. I don't think we are there yet. We don't need to ask this yet. But Queen Kunti was such a great personality that she could ask for more difficulty, because she said, every time the difficulty came in my life, you also came with it. So this is the vision we need to have, that when difficulty comes, it is an opportunity to surrender to Krishna. It is an opportunity to take shelter of Krishna. So for example, you are going on a road, right? Very heavily crowded, busy, traffic, a lot of traffic. You're going with your mother, or with your father. When the traffic comes, when the car suddenly comes, should you hold the hand of your father or no? Or should you run into the traffic? You should hold it very tight, right? So when the traffic comes of this world, when the problems come, difficulty comes, why would you leave the hand then? You should climb into the lap of the father then, if anything. So you should take even stronger shelter at that time. But people leave the hand. They start blaming and leave. What is his fault? You should hold his hand even more. You should climb into his lap and just hang on to him. And if you hang on to him, he will have you cross the road easily, right? He does not, those difficulties, that traffic does not bother him. He knows how to navigate. So Queen Kunti said that when the difficulties came, you also came. So take his shelter. Okay, so I think this. Okay, this is very beautiful verse. Anybody knows this verse? I think Nagarjuna Prabhu knows, but this is a beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that Brahmaji told Krishna that when somebody takes shelter of your lotus feet, okay, this material world is described as an ocean, Bhav Sagar, right? The water of that ocean shrinks to the amount that the hoofprint of a calf can contain. So a calf kya hota hai? Calf is a cow's child, right? Calf, bachda. His hoofprint is this big. How much water can come in that hoofprint? Just a little bit. The whole material ocean, the whole Bhav Sagar shrinks to the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf if somebody takes your shelter. So the Bhav Sagar becomes nullified to this much water. That is your power. That is your potency. So he says, Samashritaye padpaplavam mahat padam punya yasho morare Bhavapudimvats padam param padam. Padam padam yad vipadam nateshan. So such people who take shelter of your lotus feet, for them, the ocean of this material world shrinks to the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf, and they can easily cross over that ocean. Because it's not ocean anymore, it's just a little bit, right? So padam padam yat vibdam natesha, they have no difficulty. So there is no difficulty for these people because they are quickly able to cross. And then another thing that Brahmaji said to, I know this is Gajendra's prayers, but this talks about difficulties or reversals of life. So this is very beautiful. Can somebody read this? Take the mic. This is something we need to paste in our room. We need to have the purport written down, pasted, memorized. The whole purport is very beautiful of this verse. Please go ahead.
One who, while always expecting your mercy, undergoes the reactions to his pious and impious actions, understanding them to be the result of his own past activities, while constantly offering homage unto you with his body, mind, and words, is eligible to attain your lotus feet, which are the shelter even for the goddess of liberation. Hare Krishna.
So this is saying when the person is going through a difficulty, okay, they take constant shelter of you through their body, mind, and words, and always waiting your mercy, always expecting your mercy, knowing that whatever they're going through is just the reactions from their past lives, okay, still never blaming, complaining, criticizing the Lord, still taking shelter of you, and very patiently waiting for reciprocation to happen. So this is what devotees do. They very patiently tolerate the problems and keep expecting Asha Bandha. Asha Bandha means they're not hopeful in this world. They don't have Asha Bandha in this world. They have hopes only from Krishna. Asha Bandha, always staying hopeful that Krishna will reciprocate with me, Krishna will shower his mercy on me, always knowing that one day Krishna will shower his mercy on me. So always, while always expecting your mercy, patiently undergoes the reactions to his own karmic actions from the past lives, right? That person has become eligible to attain your lotus feet. Such a patient, tolerant person who's taking constant shelter, even though Lord's reciprocation is seemingly not coming right now, but he knows, he's hopeful, he's Asha Bandha. Rakshi Shaibeti Vishwaso. He has full faith that Krishna will protect me. Rakshi Shaibeti Vishwaso. So this is the Vishwas one should have. So this is also a very beautiful verse. तत्तेऽनुकम्पां सुसमीक्षमाणो भुञ्जान एवात्मकृतं विपाकम् हृद्वाग्वपुर्भिर्विदधान् नमस्ते जीवेत यो मुक्तिपदे साधयाभाक्. With his body, mind, and words, he's constantly taking your shelter. And this is something my Guru Maharaj says, that he says that you do your best whatever you can, but if all else fails, and it will. If all else fails, and it will, chant Hare Krishna. So can we loudly chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for listening to the class so patiently. And are there any questions? Prabhuji, I hope that was to your satisfaction.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think you have a question.
Yes.
You said you practice humility, Mataji. How do you practice humility?
Mataji, I'm humbled on a daily basis multiple times. So there is no difficulty for me. I mean, practicing is hard. You have to just stay very determined. So not let the ego spike up. And I have often said this, that I try to journal. So in the morning, I try to write some principles that I'm going to practice. Humility is invariably the one that I try to keep writing. And every day you open your day with this promise to Krishna that today I'm going to stay humble. I'm going to stay patient, tolerant, forgiving. It may not happen. Please please carry what I lack, preserve what I have, right? And in this mode, just, try your best. But of course, by being in association with devotees, hearing Hari Katha, chanting, whatever value is most dear to you, which is most difficult for you to get, just pray for that. Yeah. So journaling helps, praying sincerely helps, more and more divine association through scriptures, through Harikatha, through reading, hearing, chanting, and association of devotees, all that helps. Yeah, even then arrogance or pride will spike up, but just try to stifle it as much as possible. Anybody else?
The main purpose of what is the main purpose of satsang? What is the main purpose of satsang, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Maybe somebody can. I'm just thinking of the beautiful song we just sang. Actually, it was right before the class, so it's still stuck in my head. Bhaj Hore Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vendari Durlabh Manav Janama Satsange Taro Hoe Bhava Sindhure. So, Prabhuji, Sangha of this world is very contaminating. It creates a lot of impurities, lot of trash in the mind. There is a lot of darkness, lot of delusion. Okay, Krishna calls it delusion. We call it misinformation in this world. Misperceptions, misinformations, misunderstandings. Okay, the world tells us to live in a certain way. They tell us this is the measure of success. This is the measure of happiness. This is, you should be result oriented, right? You should be making this much money to be called successful, or you should have these many this much labels or designations on you to be powerful in this world, whatever. So many things we have been taught, we have been told, but that is all just contamination caused by this world. Okay, nobody talks about going back to Godhead, nobody talks about liberation, nobody talks about breaking this cycle of birth and death. Okay, so in order to clean that contamination created by the dusanga of this world, we need satsanga. Okay, so we have to put ourselves as much as possible in the association of devotees, in the association of scriptures, in the association of Krishna's words and teachings, through Srimad Bhagavatam, through Bhagavad Gita, through Kirtan, through Harikatha, reading, hearing, chanting, through Harinam, okay, holy names. So it's like cleaning yourself daily. Just like you take a bath daily, you should clean your teeth twice a day, right? Because it gets contaminated twice so in the morning and night, you have to brush your teeth, right? You have to clean your bowels, you have to clean your body through showers. Similarly, our consciousness also keeps getting contaminated by the association of this material world on a daily basis. Okay, all these values of humility, tolerance, patience, love, forgiveness, compassion, shelter of Lord, breaking the cycle of birth and death. This is not your place. You're not this body. All this is possible to remember in your consciousness only through satsanga. So just like we shower every day, we should do satsanga, clean our consciousness every day through various means. So.
Thank you, Mataji. Another question my daughter is asking always, what is the relationship with Radha to Krishna? And my father name is Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna.
Wow, that's a very.
Yeah, my daughter is asking, Radha is your wife. But it's a very big subject, I think so.
Yes, true.
It's another form of Krishna. Radha is another form of Krishna.
I'll give a short answer and then somebody else can also share. Nagarjun Prabhu can share. So Prabhuji, first of all, to your daughter, it's a very deeply esoteric subject. Radharani is beyond even the understanding of Krishna. Okay, let's just say this. Radharani is beyond the even Krishna cannot understand her, okay? He cannot unravel her mysteries. So we are very small. So whatever understanding, basic understanding has been given by our teachers is that Radharani is basically like energy of Krishna. Krishna is energetic, okay? And Radharani is his energy, his potency, his divine or spiritual potency, okay? She's also called Yog Maya, which means not the Maya of this world, that is Mahamaya. She's Yog Maya, spiritual energy of the Lord that wants all the jivas to connect to Krishna. So by her mercy, jivas are able to connect to Krishna. Spiritual energy of the Lord or Radharani connects the jiva to Krishna. Okay. So that is just a very minimal, and it's like a grain of a big sandy beach that I'm able to show you. Okay, that's how. But the topic of Radharani is very vast. But Radha and Krishna are inseparable. Okay, they are not different from each other. They are our Aradhya Bhagwan, and they are typically worshipped together, especially in our tradition. We don't separate them because energetic cannot be separated from his energy. Energy cannot be separated from energetic. You cannot separate Ram, Sita, Shiv, Parvati, or Radha Krishna. So Radha Krishna are together. You have to approach both of them together, Radha and Krishna together. That's why in our mantra we chant their names together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Her name is very dear to Krishna, so that's why in Hare Krishna Mahamantra there are only 8 names. There are 8 names of Radharani and 8 names of Krishna. So when you say Hare, you are calling to Radha or Hara. Hara is another name of Radharani. So you're calling Hare, you say Radhe. So when you call out to Radharani, you say Radhe or Hare, like that. So to that spiritual energy, we bow down and we pray that she will connect us to Krishna. Prabhupada used to pray. Prabhupada's prayer was that, oh my dear Srimati Radharani, please tell your Krishna something about me. So she's like the mother who tells the father the good qualities of the child. So he used to pray that, please tell your dear Krishna something about me. So Radharani is the one who connects us to Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So yeah, very nicely explained. As she was speaking, as this famous chant was coming to my mind, that everybody says in Vrindavan, Radhe Radhe Bolo Chale Aayenge Behari. So what that means is, if you speak the name of Radharani, then Krishna you can get Krishna by speaking the names of Radharani. Because if you are very dear to your parents, so if somebody calls you or does something nice for you, your parents will also automatically be happy, right? So similarly, Radha and Krishna, they are very, very dear to each other, right? And Radharani she does everything that is possible to be done to please Krishna. And Krishna he is in debt of Radharani because he cannot reciprocate the love of Radharani. So Krishna always, he says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yathamam prapadyante, which means that I reciprocate with my devotees. The way they approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. But to Radharani, he can't reciprocate because her love is so wonderful that he is not able to reciprocate. So that's why she was saying that even he cannot understand her. But as far as marriage and everything is concerned, there's a beautiful talk from Amog
Did
Leela
someone
Prabhu
ask,
about
or
this.
I missed the question? Did they ask the question about marriage?
Yes.
What was the question?
Why?
Oh, okay.
So like Amog Leela Prabhu's that thing comes to my mind. He's a very nice teacher in a tradition, and he says about it like, so they're inseparable, like they're energy and energetic. So, like I am Nirbhay, my name is Nirbhay right now. So I have, I have this hand. So it is a part of me. It is not separate from me, right? So nobody will say, why is my hand going with me? Why are you not married to your hand?
You can never be
You should not.
separated to get married.
So
There is
similarly,
no separation.
or other example is like my energy. If I'm lifting something, my power, right? Nobody will say, why are you, you did not marry your energy. How are you able to lift without it? So both go just together. It is because we are in this world and we are used to looking at things from material standpoint by the rules of this world. That is why we think about God also sometimes within these rules, right? Simple example is if people are going on a street, they have red lights, right? If I'm going in a car, I have a red light, I have to stop. That is the rule of the road. If I'm going in an aeroplane, I don't have to stop on that red light, right? Because those rules are of this land. So for Radha and Krishna, these rules do not apply. They're above these rules. They are the maker of the rules, right? So it's like that. But still, if for people want to know, they are actually married also. There was a marriage between Radha and Krishna, and Lord Brahma was actually the priest who did their marriage.
Yeah, so I'll just say two lines just to add to that. That whatever Leela happens in this world, whatever the pastime is created by Lord in this world, is for to attract us. So often the pastimes will have a lot of separation in them, like Mother Sita from Lord Ram, or Radha from Krishna, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got separated from his mother by sannyas. So there is a lot of separation that is to create this deep emotion within our heart, because Lord wants us to get attracted to him. So there are all these wonderful stories created in these Bhaum Leelas, or the Leelas on this earth. All these wonderful legendary stories are created that are talked about till date, right? We still talk about them. Movies are made about them. Even all the Bollywood songs and the concepts taken in the movies are taken from these. If you think about it, Mahabharata and Ramayana only, or Srimad Bhagavatam only. So all these stories are created, but those are just to invoke some emotions in our heart for love, attraction, separation. But even the 16,108 queens of Krishna are just expansions of Radharani only. So in the higher realms, in the higher principle, the transcendental realm, basically it's the expansions of Radharani that become all the gopis, that become all the mahishis of Dwarka, or the queens of Dwarka, and that also become all the Lakshmis actually. So in this way, Radharani is a very, very advanced topic. But yeah, their marriage is not an issue, because they're not separate from each other to have to get married or anything. Those customs are for humans to control their sense gratification, because we have our sense of lust and all this is completely haywire, uncontrolled. So for us to control, so that we stay with one person and just enjoy sensually or sexually with one person, this allowance of marriage, this ritual has been created so we can beget children. So again, like Nagarjuna Prabhu said, that law is applicable for humans. It is to restrict us, to contain us, to restrain our senses. It's not for Krishna. So, but still he follows those rules. कबीरा कबीरा क्या कहे जा जमुना के तीर, एक एक गोपी के प्रेम में बह गए लाखों कबीर. So somebody was chanting Kabira's name. So Kabira said, what can I tell? Don't chant my name. Go to the Yamuna and see that ik gopi ke prem mein beh gaye lakho Kabir, means that Kabir has no standing in front of even a single gopi. So the gopis prem, and the topmost gopi among them is Radharani. So the prem is inconceivable to us. We keep forgetting Krishna on a daily basis. So we need satsanga on a daily basis. They don't forget. They can't sleep because they can't forget Krishna. Once
one of the prayers of the gopis is they are chastising Lord Brahma. That chastising means they're like saying bad things to Lord Brahma, that in a loving way. That Lord Brahma, why did you make you're not a good creator. Lord Brahma is the creator, secondary creator of this world. He created everybody, so all humans and everybody, right? So our body is also made by Lord Brahma. So they are saying to Lord Brahma that what kind of creator you are, you don't know anything. Why did you make these eyelids? Because whenever I blink, I'm not able to see Krishna. So I'm wasting so much time, the gopis are saying, whenever I'm blinking, because I'm not able to look at Lord Krishna. So they just
there are so many stories.
And then anyways. But yeah, we have classes, kids classes, and we are reading these stories. The kids who attend these classes know some of those stories. Radharani speaks.
I'll say one quick line. Once somebody asked one of the gopi, or somebody asked Radharani, what did you dream? They used to talk about Krishna all the time. What did you dream last night about? What was your dream about Krishna? So Radharani said, I could not sleep all night because thinking of Krishna. How can I have a dream? So dreams are for people who forget Krishna and sleep. I could not even forget Krishna. How can I have a dream? Anyway, so this is the level of her devotion and love and devotion.
But in our tradition, generally, we approach Radharani. We don't even call out only to Radharani. And in our temples, actually, Prabhupada said we should, because we are Gaudiyas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we actually pray to Radharani. Rather praying to Radharani, she is able to give us the love of Krishna. And we pray to Radharani because she says that we pray to Krishna just because Radharani likes Krishna. That is
Okay,
the
I think we
mood.
can wrap up. Let me ask you one last question. Coming back, I don't know how we got on subject of Radharani. We're talking about Gajendra. Let's say if Crocodile left Gajendra, if somebody was able to free him, or Gajendra was able to kick him off, or Crocodile got tired and left. Let's say Crocodile left Gajendra, and Gajendra went back to enjoying. What would have happened? Another crocodile would have come. Because this is the influence of time, one difficulty after another. So this is our situation. We get rid of one difficulty, then we go back to enjoying, we forget Krishna, then some other difficulty comes. And then next question, in this picture, do you notice something special? Something, you see some Devi Devta standing in the back? So when Gajendra was offering prayers, all the demigods were there. It is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. They were watching, but they were not intervening. They were not intervening because they knew that he's calling out to the Supreme Person. So they did not come. Okay. So remember that Devi Devta worship, this is something else to understand from Bhagavad Gita, mentioned multiple times in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna. It takes a lot of difficulty, lot of efforts. Okay. It is hard to please them. Okay. They will give you whatever you want. They won't give you what you deserve or what you need. Okay.
Actually, I have a question from this morning
Hmm.
from the class. It was on similar subject that we were discussing about in the temple. So for those who were not there, we were discussing chapter 2, and we were discussing the shloka where Krishna says that we should not get attached to the flowery words of the Vedas. So we were discussing that. And the example that was given was about that this world is like a prison, and we should not just try to improve our current standing in this prison. It's like praying to Devi Devtas. It's like we are just trying to improve our cell in the prison. We should try to get out of the prison, not just try to improve our condition in the prison. So there can be a good inmate and a bad inmate, and the good inmate will get some benefits in the prison. So my question was that
I think
if
this will be the last question that will start.
that if you are a prisoner, right, you will still try I will say, okay, now I'm a prisoner, I'm in this prison, so I should still try to improve my condition in this prison at least, right? And I'm just coming to my understanding also of this is just that yes, the intention matters. So we can pray to Krishna. So we can pray to the demigods with the intention of pleasing Krishna, the Supreme Personality. Similarly, in the example of the cellmate, we are there for getting a reform, and we should be doing good activities, not just to get the better cell, but
What is your question?
we should get reform.
So you answered your own question?
Yes.
I did not get the question. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought I was missing something. Okay. Okay, we'll stop for today. Thank you everyone for joining. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kaltarubhischa kripa sindhube evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Gurve Gaurachandra. Radhikaya Tadalai Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.